The audacity of earning your place. Have you ever found yourself scrolling through social media at 2 a.m., watching someone's How I Manifested My Dream Life in 30 Days reel while you're still trying to manifest enough motivation to fold the laundry that's been sitting in your basket for a week? Don't worry, I won't ask for a show of hands. Your secret is safe with me and the other 500 people in this auditorium doing exactly the same thing. We are absolutely obsessed with overnight success stories, aren't we? Those magical tales where someone goes from ramen noodles to red carpets faster than you can say manifestation journal. But after spending months interviewing three extraordinary women, all named Cassandra, yes, the universe has quite the sense of humor. I've discovered something that's both uncomfortable and incredibly liberating. Success isn't something that falls into your lap while you're busy making vision boards. It's not a lightning strike of good fortune. It's a slow, often unglamorous burn. I first met Cassandra Manning last spring, and I was immediately struck by her remarkable presence. As the founder of Thread and Clover, she's not just built a thriving business, she's created a sanctuary for aspiring Black entrepreneurs in Minnesota. Her wisdom, combined with insights from Cassandra Laureano and Cassandra Cortez, revealed a powerful truth that changed how I view achievement. Success isn't owed to you, it's earned through consistent, intentional action. I have always had a plucky entrepreneurial spirit, Manning told me, her eyes lighting up as she recounted her journey from childhood lemonade stands to founding a business that's become a beacon in her community. Her voice carried the weight of someone who had walked through fire and emerged not just intact, but incandescent. But let's be painfully honest here. When Manning decided to launch her business, the world didn't exactly roll out the red carpet and shower her with confetti. As a Black woman entering a competitive industry with limited resources, she faced skepticism at every turn. People questioned her capabilities, her market viability, even her audacity to try. You know what she did? She looked that doubt straight in the eye and said, "Watch me, not with words, with work." When she lacked certain skills, she didn't wait for someone to hold her hand. She taught herself. When she needed connections, she built them from scratch. When early failures threatened to derail her momentum, she treated them as data points rather than dead ends. This isn't just Manning's story. This is the story of every person who's ever dared to pursue something meaningful in a world that often rewards mediocrity wrapped in good packaging. I'm not here to sell you some shiny, sanitized version of success that fits neatly into a 3-minute montage with an inspirational soundtrack. I'm here to tell you what these three Cassandras taught me. The path to achievement is messy, inconsistent, and often painfully slow. Cassandra Laureano knows this intimately. When she first started painting anime phone cases, she wasn't exactly met with overwhelming enthusiasm. The market was saturated. Her experience was limited. Critics questioned her choice of such a niche field. Who's going to buy that? They asked, with that special tone reserved for dreams they deemed too small or too strange. Not enough people, they warned, as if they had access to some crystal ball that showed the future of anime phone case demand. But Laureano understood something fundamental about success. It doesn't come from doing what everyone else is doing, it comes from doing what you're uniquely positioned to do and doing it with such consistent excellence that the world eventually has no choice but to pay attention. So she focused on refining her craft every single day, not just when inspiration struck or when the algorithms were favorable, But consistently, deliberately, sometimes painfully, she developed marketing strategies specifically tailored to anime fans. She didn't dilute her vision to appeal to a broader audience. She doubled down on what made her work distinctive. And you know what happened? Gradually, not overnight, but gradually, she built a loyal clientele who valued both the quality of her products and the authenticity behind each design. Her perseverance paid off with growing recognition online. But here's what struck me most about Laureano's story. She didn't just overcome external obstacles, she had to heal internal wounds first. Starting small with personal projects before attempting bigger moves gave her the time and space to address insecurities rooted in earlier disappointments. This brings me to the second lesson these women taught me. Failure isn't just inevitable, it's instructive. We live in a culture that's allergic to failure. We filter it out of our social media feeds, edit it out of our resumes, and bury it under layers of carefully curated success stories. But in doing so, we rob ourselves of our greatest teacher. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, to heal from past experiences, and to build the resilience that shapes a stronger future. The question isn't whether you'll fail, it is what you'll do with that failure when it happens. Will you let it define you or will you let it refine you? Cassandra Cortez chose the latter. In April 2018, she visited Primerica's headquarters and witnessed firsthand how dedication could transform lives within financial services. But breaking into finance posed significant challenges, particularly as a woman of color facing both gender bias and underrepresentation. Rather than allowing these obstacles to deter her, Cortez sought mentorship, maintained strict discipline, and refused to let setbacks dictate her long term vision. What's particularly noteworthy about her journey is how she responded to seeing friends honored at corporate events. Instead of allowing envy to take root, she used those moments as fuel rather than frustration. Success isn't a limited resource, she told me over coffee, stirring thoughtfully. Someone else's achievement doesn't diminish what's possible for you. This perspective allowed her to rise through company ranks while empowering team members to do likewise, proof positive that healing old wounds of doubt and fear unlocks new doors of opportunity. Which brings me to the third and perhaps most important lesson. You must own your journey and refuse to let others dictate your path. We all carry wounds from our past, moments when we were told we weren't enough, times when our dreams were dismissed as impractical, experiences that taught us to shrink ourselves to fit into spaces that were never designed for our expansion. These wounds don't just disappear with time, they actively shape our decisions, limit our possibilities, and keep us tethered to other people's expectations unless we deliberately choose to heal them. Cassandra Manning didn't wait for the business world to make space for her. She created her own space and then expanded it to include others. Thread and Clover became known locally, not just for its products, but as an inspiration hub for other aspiring Black entrepreneurs. Cassandra Laureano didn't abandon her passion for anime art because it didn't fit someone else's idea of a serious business. She leaned into her unique perspective and built a brand that celebrates authenticity. Cassandra Cortez didn't allow gender bias or racial underrepresentation to define her ceiling in the financial sector. She sought mentors who could see her potential, maintained unwavering discipline, and now inspires women across the financial sector to redefine what's possible regardless of background. All three women understood a fundamental truth. You have the power to define success on your own terms. You don't need permission to pursue what matters to you. You don't need validation to know your worth. And you certainly don't need to contort yourself to fit into someone else's definition of achievement. Let me be clear about something. Owning your journey doesn't mean going it alone. It means being intentional about who you allow to influence your path. When Cassandra Manning faced skepticism about starting her business, she didn't isolate herself. She strategically networked within her community, finding allies who believed in her vision even when others couldn't see it. When Cassandra Laureano entered an oversaturated market with little experience, she didn't try to figure everything out by herself. She studied successful creators in her niche, learned from their strategies, and then adapted those lessons to fit her unique style. When Cassandra Cortez broke into the male dominated world of finance, she actively sought mentorship from those who had navigated similar challenges. This is the paradox of self determination. We need others to fully become ourselves. The key is choosing the right others, people who challenge you to grow rather than change, who see your potential even when you can't, who hold space for your dreams without trying to reshape them. So, where does this leave us? With three powerful truths that can transform not just how we pursue success, but how we define it. First, success is earned, not owed. Every achievement comes from hard work and perseverance. Life doesn't hand out rewards just for showing up. You must be willing to put in the effort, stay committed, and keep moving forward even when things get tough. Second, embrace failure as part of growth. Don't let fear of failure hold you back from pursuing your dreams or taking risks. Each setback is an opportunity to learn, heal from past experiences, and build resilience that shapes a stronger future. Third, own your journey. Don't let others dictate your path. Heal from your past so it doesn't control your present decisions or limit what's possible for your future. You have the power to define success on your own terms. Don't allow others' expectations or opinions to steer you away from what's truly meant for you. These aren't just nice ideas for a motivational poster, they're battle tested principles that have guided real women through real challenges to real achievement. So I want to leave you with more than just inspiration today. I want to leave you with a challenge that will disrupt the comfortable patterns you've settled into. Look in the mirror tonight and ask yourself one question. What would I dare to pursue if I truly believed success was mine to earn rather than the world's to give? Then take one action tomorrow, just one. Not because you're guaranteed success, but because you deserve the dignity of trying. Not because the path will be easy, but because you are worthy of the journey. The world doesn't owe you success, but you owe yourself the chance to pursue it, not on someone else's terms, but on yours. Not according to someone else's timeline, but according to yours, not to fulfill someone else's expectations, but to honor your own deepest desires. Your path won't be straight, it won't be smooth. There will be days when you question everything, your abilities, your choices, even your dreams. But if there's one thing these three remarkable Cassandras have taught us, it's that persistence in the face of doubt isn't just how you achieve success, it is how you define it. The question isn't whether you have what it takes. The question is, are you finally ready to stop waiting for permission and start earning your place?